gas station in the King's liquor store.
Approximately 3 to 4 years.
Okay. And while working there, can you tell the jurors what did you do for the BP gas station in the King's liquor store?
So I used to manage both of the stores, just ordering the new products and get in touch with the vendors, just regular stuffs, nothing much.
And for the entire time that you worked there, how long did you say you worked there?
3 to 4 years.
Were you always working in management for both of those establishments?
No, I started as a cashier.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors, as working as a cashier and then up into a management role, did you have access to the video surveillance system that I guess the BP gas station and the King's liquor store had?
Yes, before when I was working in the cashier, I didn't have the access, but after that I moved to the management and then they gave me access to the records.
Okay. Can you tell the jurors a little bit about the camera system or the video surveillance system that the BP gas station and the King's liquor store had?
It was NetGeo. The company name was called NetGeo, and both of them had the same system which works with the DVR. And King's, I think they had 18 to 20 cameras, and BP, they had around 24-ish.
And can you tell the jurors the cameras that you just described that are on the property or the premises, did the majority of them, or can you tell the jurors, did the majority of them, I guess, capture, or were they pointed towards the, I guess, inside of the...
Yes, mostly inside.
Okay, of both establishments?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and was there any cameras that, I guess, that captured, I guess, the outside portion of where the pumps were, the gas station, or?
Yeah, there were only 2 cameras that were pointing towards the pumps.
Okay. Now, I want to show you State's Exhibits 187 Victor Victor through 189 Victor Victor. Now, Coach John.
Yes.
And if you'll just take a look at those. Can you tell the jurors, do you recognize those?
Yes, sir.
And how do you recognize those exhibits?
It's a satellite view of the street towards Fulton and Windsor, where I used to work at the King's Liquor and the BP.
Okay. And that's State's Exhibit 187 Victor Victor?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors, do you recognize or how you recognize State's Exhibits 188 and 189 Victor Victor?
This 188 Victor Victor is going towards Windsor Street, and it's facing right in front of the gas station where the BP is. And 89 Victor Victor is facing at the back of the building where King's Liquor is, at the bottom where you see the glasses.
Okay. And do all of the exhibits, the first being State's Exhibit 187 Victor Victor, does it fairly and accurately depict the area which you worked and you've described off of Windsor Street back in March of 2022?
Yes.
And as it relates to the State's Exhibit 188 and 189 Victor Victor, do those photographs also fairly and accurately depict the actual gas station and King's Liquor store that you worked at back in March of 2022?
Yes, they do.
Okay. This time around, the state would tender what's been marked as State's Exhibits 187 through 189 Victor Victor.
They're admitted.
And and I apologize, I should have shown you this as well. Do you recognize State's Exhibit 186 Victor Victor?
Yes.
And can you tell the jurors, how do you recognize State's Exhibits 186 Victor Victor?
This one, this is a pen drive with the footage of the BP video surveillance of the video that was used in this case, I guess.
Okay. Is it an overview of, I guess, the area that you've kind of talked about that travels from the BP gas station to the intersection of
Yes.
Windsor and I-20? Yes. All right. Your Honor, at this time, the state would tender what's been marked as State's Exhibit 186, Victor Victor, into evidence.
All right, it's admitted.
Okay. Mr. Groom, in the screen in front of you, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 186, Victor Victor, in a second. And I want you to try to orient the jurors as to what they're looking at as soon as I get it up. Okay, can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so can you describe for the jurors, I guess, is this the front area of the gas station that we talked about?
Yes, this is going towards Windsor Street to the front side of the building where it faces the gas station.
Okay, and do you see, if you're looking at the left-hand back side of the exhibit, do you see where it says FedEx on that building?
Yes.
Can you orient the jurors or explain to the jurors the road that's in between the FedEx and the BP gas station? What road is that?
Windsor Street, I
Okay.
guess.
And Mr.
That
Groom,
was
is this
kind of a
how
nice
the
camera.
gas station that you were working at, the BP, March, or in March of 2022, how it looked that day?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to skip to... Okay, and if we're looking at 1 minute and 14 seconds into State's Exhibit 186, Victor Victor, do you see, I guess, if you were looking at the back middle of the exhibit, 186, Victor Victor, like the bridge and the tunnel area?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jurors, is that towards, I guess, the I-20?
I-20.
Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and show you State's Exhibit also. I'll get them all in 116, Victor Victor. Can you look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes. The
Okay,
video
and-
surveillance that we had from BP and Kings.
Okay, you said it's the video surveillance of the BP and King gas station?
Yes.
And did you actually pull that video surveillance and provide it to members of the Atlanta Police Department?
Yes.
Okay. And have you have an opportunity to review the footage that's on State's Exhibit 116, Victor Victor?
Yes, sir.
And did the footage that you reviewed on the USB or the jump drive in 116, Victor Victor, did it fairly and accurately depict all of the files that you provided to members of the Atlanta Police Department?
Yes, sir.
This time around, the state would tender what's been marked as State's Exhibit 116, Victor Victor, into evidence.
Mr. Way Up,
that's
8K
admitted.
drone when it's not exculpatory. Heck yeah.
So I want to show you real quickly State's Exhibit 189, Victor Victor. And while I'm pulling it up, could you kind of explain or orient to the jurors? So we talked about the BP gas station and we've seen it. Can you explain to the jurors where in relation to the BP gas station that we've seen is the King's liquor store that you also managed back in March of 2022?
So right behind the building, there's a hill that goes down the King's liquor store. It's right behind the building, but there's a slope that goes at the bottom of the liquor store.
Okay, so in State's Exhibit 189, Victor Victor. Can you, and I'm going to, that way you don't have to get up. I'm going to point. Do you see the top of State's Exhibit 189, Victor Victor, with the red lettering where it says King's Liquor Store?
Yes.
Okay. And do you see the fence that's in, I guess, in front of that area? Yes?
Yes.
Now, is that where the entrance?
Yes. We use the entrance from either BP or either from this side.
Okay. And so if you were, do you see the building? It's a mid-rise or high-rise building that you can see
Yes.
above? Yes. Now, I guess on the other side of that building,
Yeah, it's right across.
is that where the BP gas station is?
Yeah, right in front of it.
Okay. And can you tell the jurors, this is Windsor Street?
Windsor Street.
Okay. Now, do you remember, or I guess when the detectives requested you to pull footage, did they ask you to pull footage from 9:25 p.m. to approximately 10:30 p.m. on March 14th of 2022?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay. And you said, did you provide, I guess, can you tell the jurors, did you provide footage for all the cameras on the property?
Yes, when I download the files, it goes through all the cameras.
Okay. Now, I just want to show you a couple clips. I want to show you camera 19. I'm sure the technology is a little better at the BP gas station than it is here. Okay, Mr. Groom, in camera 19, on State's Exhibit 116, Victor Victor, is this the camera that you were describing that kind of
Yeah.
captures the outside area where
Outside
the gas
view.
station is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is from March 14th of 2022? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes?
Yes.
And do you see that white Audi, how it's, I guess, backing up right now?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jurors, I guess, the area that it's backing into, where is that in relation to the entrance of the BP gas station?
It should be right in front of the door.
Okay. Next, I want to show you camera angle number 3.
Okay, I wish we could fast forward, but we can't. We're in real time. If I say something, they'll start
All right,
talking.
can you explain to the jurors what area of the store we're looking at here?
This is the inside cashier's area on the left-hand side, and right in front of the door as well.
And in this camera angle 3, you see at the top left-hand corner of the exhibit where it's frozen at about 1:43 seconds into that angle.
Yes, sir.
You see that the brake light?
Yes.
Is that the area where the white Audi had backed into in relation to the front door that we saw?
Yeah,
on the
it's
camera
right
angle
near the
19?
front door, so yeah, that's it.
All right, say it one more time because we were talking at the same time.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's, like I said, it's near the door while it backed in, and that's it.
And would that be right there?
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And then just want to show you two more. Now, Mr. Groom, on the screen in front of you now. Okay. You see, is it up for you?
Yes.
Okay, where in the store is this camera
This
located?
camera is in the middle of the store where it's facing the door, the main entrance, and towards the cashier section.
Okay, and did you see where the individual came in with the blue shoes and you see the white long sleeve shirt?
Uh-huh.
Is that I guess, the only entrance into the gas station?
That's the only one.
Okay.
Hello? Why are we buffering? Right as we get some action. Why'd he do a spin move? Can they not play that?
And in camera angle 9 of the King's Liquor Store footage, is this the area that you had described that would have been, I guess, behind?
Behind the
fence?
store, yes.
Okay. And is this the only camera angle that points towards the street area or Windsor Street?
Yeah, towards the
where-
street, yes. This is the only angle that points towards the street.
And Mr. Grimm, when you were, I guess, providing this footage to members of the Atlanta Police Department, were you just providing footage for specific timeframes that were
That
was
were asked
requested?
for.
Okay. Did you know anything about why or what was going on as it relates to the footage that you were providing?
No.
Okay. And I don't think I have anything further at this time.
Any questions for this witness?
I do have a few.
All right.
Would require Mr. Bhatti's technical expertise if he's able to help me. Sure.
Yeah, so I do think that they can't show the rest of that clip, or maybe they only got that portion.
Thank you.
Very specific start and stop times.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Could you do me a favor? Could you pronounce your last name for me?
Grung, G-U-R-U-N-G, Grung.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Garoon, nice to meet you. My name is Max Shard, okay? I represent Shannon Stillwell. Okay. We just reviewed 4 different cameras that were at your establishments,
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
How many total cameras are there at these establishments back in 2022?
On BP, there's around like 20 to 24.
Okay.
And In King's Liquor, around 18.
Okay. Now, my understanding is is someone from the police department asked you to retrieve some footage.
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what times they asked for the footage on 3/14/22?
3:14. I think they, what I remember is they asked me to give me a footage from certain time to certain time. So that's what I pulled up, but I don't remember the exact time and date.
Very fair. Okay, so do you remember how long the footage was?
No.
Okay. Now, Mr. Abate was kind enough to pull up, I believe this is camera 19 of the BP, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And now, I can't, because we're on Zoom, there's a, do you have that on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, you see how it says Adam Abate's screen in the bottom left? Okay, do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The
I
bottom
see
left? Okay. What I want to know, and I don't think this is blocking something, but tell me if it is. I want to know, when we're looking at this picture right now, or if we played this video,
that. Yes.
how would we know what time it is Eastern Standard Time?
There should have been. So yeah, on this screen I don't see any time, but it should had a side section where when I use the app on the GeoVision, there's a side stamp that has time and date. But I think when the video was downloaded, it doesn't. Maybe I can see it, or it's not. I can't see it yet because.
Okay, and from what we have right here in front of us, and I guess you don't remember the exact time frame that they asked you to. So from what we have in front of us, you can't tell us exactly what time any event occurs on this video, correct?
Yes,
Eastern
based on
Standard
this
Time?
video.
Not good.
Okay, cool. And is that also the case, going to be the case with camera 3? And if you could pull up camera 3. Thank you, Mr. Abate. And so, for instance, this is camera 3, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And also look, another person just also wearing a mask, right? So hopefully somehow Shart underscores this, but the mask thing isn't necessarily nefarious. And Shart spent a lot of time with Kenneth Copeland going through daily life and asking about the face masks that came about as part of COVID and how a lot of people started wearing them and they kind of became part of fashion, right? So,
Okay, and that is inside the BP from behind the cashier.
Yes.
Okay. From what we have here, we can't tell the exact time that anything's occurring, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Let me ask you this while we're on camera 3. On 3/14, when the police came and talked to you, did they ever ask you who the clerk was working in the store that night?
No, they didn't.
Okay, do you have any information that the police officers spoke to the clerk that was working at the BP that night?
I have no idea about it.
Okay. The other camera, what was the other camera from the back of the store?
Sticker?
No, from the back of the BP, with the third angle that we viewed. What camera number is that?
King's Liquor, it might be 19, something like that, outside.
Okay. Could you?
18 or 19, something. Oh, this one?
Yes.
This is 12, I guess.
Camera 12, okay. And the clerk would be on the left behind that plexiglass, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And just to make sure we're on the same page, none of these cameras will have the exact time displayed.
If it was on the app while we use it, it has the current timestamp. But while we download it, it should have it, but I can't see it.
Okay, well, and let me ask you, the time is from an app, you're saying, an app as
As in, yeah, it's a software.
for security?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any information that the times on this app are synced to, say, the clock used by APD for 911 calls? Can you testify that the time on your app is exactly in sync with this city's 911 system, or Fulton County's 911 system?
No, I don't think so. It's a little off, I guess.
Little off?
Yeah,
When you say a little
maybe
off,
15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay. How about, you're familiar with the FedEx across the street, across Windsor Street? Are you familiar with their surveillance system?
No.
Do you have any reason to believe that your surveillance system, which is a little off from the county's 911 system, is in sync with the FedEx system?
No.
Okay. All right, thank you. I have no further questions.
This is huge because this is supposed to be circumstantially based, right? This murder investigation. You couldn't believe it. Like, there's no other explanation for this difference in time. They see each other at the gas station, then they catch each other at the light, and they pop off, and they're responsible for the murder of Shymel Drinks, right? This is supposed to be strong circumstantial evidence to convince a jury that this couldn't be explained as a coincidence. The stars are all aligning. But then we find out this key part of their circumstantial evidence. We don't even actually have a solid grasp of the time that this footage is coming from. And not only that, but the police don't go and talk to the clerk. You heard them say March 14th, right? So right as this murder happens, they don't wait. They could go right in that building, and that same clerk could still be on the same shift. And they could say, hey, we have some questions for you. Now, I have a secondary concern because I think maybe they did talk to the clerk. But Shart asking those questions to me suggests Shart never received anything in discovery. So if they did talk to the clerk, they didn't actually turn over any information to defense about what that conversation may have entailed. Right? So maybe they never asked and that's bad police work. Or maybe they did ask and we don't actually have anything turned over to the defense about that conversation. So neither of those things are good for this investigation. And then we find out that we can't actually match the time. We don't know what time this video footage is from. And they only asked for specific time frames. They didn't ask for, a whole 2-hour block. We just want these specific start and stop points.
Redirect.
Very briefly, Mr. Groom, do you see at the bottom of, I guess, the sticks
Yeah.
exhibit as it relates to camera angle 9 from the King's Liquor store?
Yes.
Do you see the date and time? As
Yes,
it relates
on this one I can see it.
Okay, can you tell the jurors, I know it's very small, what is the date and time that you're saying?
It is 3/14/2022, 9:28. 9:26, yes, PM.
Mr. Shar asked you a little bit about, I guess, the time that you saw, I guess, in the app
Tell us.
that you are able to use to pull the video surveillance footage. You remember talking to him about that?
Yes.
Okay. And you said that you believed it was a little off, or that, and I think you said roughly 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you tell the jurors, I guess, how do you know that?
Because when I used to compare it with the time that my clerks, my fellow cashiers, they told me about anything I have gotten stolen or anything, they tell me the time. So I used to run it always like 20 minutes off, and then I used to find it around 15 to 10 minutes in between.
Okay. So you would know it sounds like what you're saying is you know the general time that an event occurred. So here, I think your example was someone had taken something from the store, right? Yes?
Yes.
And then you would then, I guess, take
When I-
that time and then add, you said, 10 or 15 minutes to that and look in between that
Yes.
time period. Okay, and that's how you would find the event and some,
Whatever we need to find, yeah.
okay. I don't think I have anything further, Your Honor.
Just overall, whether it's 10 or 15 minutes, is it fair to say that any times, whether it's on the BP or on the King's Liquor surveillance, are approximate times, not exact?
On King's Liquor, it is the exact time, but on BP, it's a little different.
Is King's Liquor lined up, and I'm not talking about an hour off or 30 minutes off, I'm talking about to the second. Is it lined up with the Fulton County 911 system?
I have no idea about that.
Speculation.
Yeah, I have no idea about this.
If he
exact-
knows.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know
Okay?
about it.
Is it lined up exactly with the FedEx surveillance system, if you know?
I have no idea about it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time. You may step down, call your next witness.
Thank you.
That's